Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we have the WWF 2001 pay-per-view collection. We got 14 events from this year to go through today, so let's get right into it. And yeah, I don't have all on VHS, but I have the majority of them here. I'm only missing 5 on tape. So Backlash 2001 was a very hard even tape to come by back in the day. I never had SummerSlam. I do have Unforgiven, and the last 2 I never had on tape either. So let's get right into this, guys. You could see now in 2001 they just switched to the standard home video logo. From 99 and 2000, we had a blue home video logo, which I just love that blue home video logo. Very colorful spines here. This is, a favorite of mine. And really cool poster artworks. Only No Way Out 2001 was never released on DVD. Well, here in North America anyways. And I believe the Insurrection was not either. You could find all these on DVD except for those 2. First up, we got the WWF Royal Rumble 2001. This is one of the greatest events of all time. Really cool artwork here. I always love these kind of cartoony posters they did. Got Triple H on that side, Jericho there. Just love this tape. Yeah, Triple H versus Kurt Angle. Fantastic ladder match. Edge and Christian versus the Dudleys. And Austin winning his 3rd Royal Rumble. This was really cool. Yeah, Drew Carey there. Next up, one of my favorites of all time. No Way Out 2001. If you have never seen this pay-per-view, go out of your way, check it out, guys, because it's really probably a forgotten show at times. So this would be the end of Kurt's title reign here for some time. They went with Austin and Rock in the main event of WrestleMania 17. We got a 6 triple threat tag team title table match. Kurt Angle and The Rock, and then Triple H and Austin in a 2 out of 3 falls match. That was really cool. I love that. I love that match. And it was the first time where every fall was a different match stipulation. I don't think I ever seen that before. Next up, one of the holy grails of pay-per-views. WrestleMania 17. Houston, we have a problem. And this was after, a long slump they had from, 95 through 98, 99. They were progressing the last few years. And in 2001, we've seen WrestleMania return to the Astrodome, or return to a stadium show. They did one at the Rumble 97, but this was big time here with WrestleMania. And I'll probably always keep this VHS tape no matter what. Beautiful logos. One of the all-time best WrestleManias. Think that's something everyone can agree on. So yeah, we had Austin and Rock, TLC 2, the Street Fight, Triple H and The Undertaker, Angle and Benoit. Even the undercard here for the IC title, women's title, hardcore title match, the European title match, 6-man tag. This pay-per-view was off the charts. And then Backlash 2001. Something I thought I'd never see was Austin and Triple H tagging up together and winning the tag titles here. It was just, crazy that, two enemies could win all 4 titles. So yeah, this is a really cool DVD to have. Very rare. Austin and Triple H versus Undertaker and Kane. We had Shane McMahon versus The Big Show. We had a 30-minute submission match. The Duchess of Queensberry rules match. Triple threat for the European title. A really crazy hardcore title match. 6-man tag. I mean, even this insert is really cool. Next up, we have Insurrection 2001. Really cool VHS here. So yeah, we would have a couple more years of Insurrection. Both on DVD, the 0203 DVDs. So we've seen a championship handicap match. Taker versus Triple H and Austin. First ever Queen's Cup match. Another 2 out of 3 falls with Benoit and Angle. We had a 4-team elimination match. Really cool stuff here. Of course, in the UK here in London, England. Judgment Day. This is a decent event. Probably one of my least favorite shows of this year. I don't know, something's missing from this show, and it's a pretty fun show. So, really cool. Yeah, this had Austin and The Undertaker, Triple H and Kane, Chyna versus Lita. I believe this is Chyna's last match in the WWE. Tag team turmoil is always fun. We had Benoit and Kurt Angle in another 2 out of 3 falls match. Then my favorite, King of the Ring 2001. This is, of course, the show where Edge wins the tournament. And a fantastic triple threat in the main event. And that epic street fight between Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle. Oh, looks like I forgot to rewind that one. That's probably closer to the main event. Or the street fight. Yeah, this was like a really cool pay-per-view to have. Of course, this one is on DVD, so pick that DVD up. King of the Ring. Invasion, one of my all-time favorites. Love this show. WCW, ECW versus the WWF. Collision course with history. Just awesome times. Fun time to be a fan. The inaugural Brawl, the first ever Bra and Panties tag team match. Jeff Hardy versus RVD. We had the tag team champs going at it. The cruiserweight champs going at it. Awesome and Storm versus Edge and Christian. Give it a chance, guys. It's Invasion 2001. Getting into the DVDs here with SummerSlam 2001. So The Rock took a brief hiatus after WrestleMania, and he's back here at SummerSlam, challenging for the WCW Championship and Booker T. I wasn't the biggest fan of The Rock at this point in time, and this is before we would see a year later the kind of heat he got for turning Hollywood and all that stuff. So I started becoming less of a fan of his around here because, look, he returns, wins the WCW title of all championships, and after this, He's gonna kind of go on hiatus on and off for the next couple of years. And don't get me wrong, The Rock will always be a favorite of mine, but I just kind of seen it coming around this point in time. But really fun match between Austin and Angle. First ever tag team title steel cage match. Both tag titles up for grabs. Although it does say a unification match on here. They did say it was. They did unify the cruiserweight titles at this time. Lance Storm and Edge for the IC title. And Jeff Hardy versus RVD. They had a lot of ladder matches in this year. Look at Rumble Mania. Kurt Angle and Benoit had that ladder match for the medal. And then here we have one. And a lot of cage matches as well. Not as many as 2000, like I pointed out. But Unforgiven 2001. I do have this one on tape, but it came with the wrong box. So you can see there 2001. The same Unforgiven logo. So yeah, that's always been like a blooper. No insert with this one. Not sure if it originally had one. But Austin and Angle. This is in Pittsburgh, PA. Angle's hometown. This is a fun show to go back and watch. With Edge versus Christian, we had a handicap match for the WCW title. Chronic versus Taker and Kane. I felt bad for a lot of those tag teams in this era because they got put with the Undertaker and Kane, and a lot of them didn't make it through this invasion. It might have been not Chronic, but that other team. And they pretty much got fired right away. Might have been Chronic. Tajiri versus Rhino. A lot of 4-team elimination matches on these shows. The Dudleys, Hardys, Hurricane and Lance Storm, Big Show and Spike. RVD versus Chris Jericho for the hardcore title. No Mercy 2001, another fairly underrated show. This is the first pay-per-view where Jericho wins a world title for the first time. The WCW world title. Yeah, Jericho defeats The Rock. I love this, the backing to this. It just looks so awesome. Again, no insert. Not sure if it came with one. Pretty sure it came with one, actually. I know for 2001... most of them do have inserts. Yeah, we had our first ever lingerie match. Another IC title ladder match. Christian versus Edge. Taker versus Booker T. Like I mentioned, The Rock versus Jericho. And Austin, RVD, and Kurt Angle. Fantastic. Last few here. First up, Rebellion. Another UK pay-per-view. Again, I just love the poster artwork they got on some of these covers. So pretty much what we would see at, not Survivor Series, but Vengeance. And then, we got Austin versus The Rock. Kurt Angle versus Jericho. I wonder what if they would have went with that at Vengeance, with Austin and Rock at Vengeance, and then Jericho defeats Angle, and then Austin. Yeah, decent pay-per-view. We had the big blue cage here with Edge and Christian. Some cool extras. 2001 DVDs have some fantastic extras. A lot of segments there. And Survivor Series 2001, the winner-take-all match, which we would see the end of WCW. We would see ECW return briefly, but this is pretty much the end of the road. So yeah, this is the last full year for the WWF. So yeah, just an awesome pay-per-view. Love the cage match, the Edge versus Test. the Immunity Battle Royal, we would see Trish Stratus winning her first women's title. And the winner-take-all match is one of the greatest 5-on-5 matches I think I ever seen. And finally, Vengeance 2001, the winner-take-all undisputed title tournament they did. Really good pay-per-view. You know, another underrated show here. We got Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy. Edge versus Regal started. RVD versus The Undertaker. Trish Stratus versus Jacqueline. And now we got Austin versus Angle. The Rock versus Jericho. Yeah, The Rock wins the world title back at some point. Believe it must have been on Raw or something. And then Austin versus Jericho for the undisputed title. So there we have the 2001 pay-per-view collection. Let me know your thoughts. What are some of your favorites from this year? As always, we'll talk to you later. Peace.